I'm Allendale's chief meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Taking a look at action across the region here today, no significant issues except for, I don't know, the big major storm complex that's coming out of the plains and is going to be moving across the Corn Belt over the course of the next 24 hours. This storm complex put down snows, blizzard conditions in northeastern parts of Colorado, southwestern Nebraska, northwest Kansas last night. It was a real sloppy, wet snow. Yeah, the winds were blowing something fierce, but temperatures still only bottomed out between about 31 and 35 degrees, so it was still a real wet snow out there. Now we've got all the precipitation ahead of the cold air, so we're looking at rains moving eastward, and we are concerned about strong to severe weather here through the rest of this afternoon until the sun sets. The best areas for this, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. Now, we think that as this moves into Illinois, it's going to be near sunset tonight. Things will probably lose intensity after that. We're looking at just general rains across the rest of Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan. The low is actually lifting northeast, so here that low-pressure circulation is going to be cloudier and damp longer, and that's actually where the strongest winds are going to be. I'm still hearing some people talking of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Sure, it's possible. I'm actually talking 20 to 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Yes, gusts are going to be fierce, but let's not go with the sensationalist kind of things, all right? As we go forward, this thing moves through quickly. By the time we get to mid-morning tomorrow, most of the strong precipitation that's frontal-related is through Ohio. We'll still have this circulation over the Great Lakes, and it's going to take a while to lift off to the northeast, so clouds and much colder air is likely. Speaking of that colder air, it's going to feel a lot colder today over yesterday because yesterday we had southwest winds bringing warm air up, and today that's gone. But when you analyze these temperatures, we're still pretty close to normal. Now, adding the winds on and what the wind chills are like, then we probably got something to talk about in terms of significant cool air. Speaking of those winds, they're going to hang around right on through Friday, the way it looks to me, especially over the Corn Belt. So look for that to continue. Big rains over the eastern Corn Belt next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think we're going to have to raise our rain totals a little bit, probably going back over an inch in spots. Now, once you get out west, far west, I don't think there's much there. And I still don't think we can see much of this action going north of I-80 just yet, although models are starting to come around and maybe suggest that a little bit more. But the central and eastern Corn Belt definitely getting big rains next week, and actually follow it down south into the deep south, lower delta, all of that area picking up big rains next week. While it's 2 days over the Corn Belt, it could last 4 days. Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, those areas look like we could be much wetter down there. Also looking at another system as we go through the 21st, 22nd, although models have backed off the intensity there. Keep an eye on maybe a big, strong Canadian air blast over the Intermountain West as we head through late next week, around the 20th. I don't think it's a big deal at this point, but we have yet to see any significant cold air blasts across the country as a whole. If we see one coming into the Rockies, maybe it's giving signs or showing signs of a pattern change as we head toward the end of the month. Right now, we're on track to see temperatures for the entire month of November be above normal by a nice little stretch. International weather not showing much sign of change. South America honestly looks fine to me. There's some rains scattered about. A little drier in Mato Grosso, but nothing to be concerned about. Dryness in most of Australia. And, we saw rain start yesterday in Russia, Ukraine, Black Sea regions. Still looks like another 12 to 24-hour period of that on to get off again rain today before things are east of the area. And then maybe a bit more for this weekend. So overall, no big stories except this massive storm right here in the United States. If you got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.